Hello, my name is Nora. Welcome to the Freeing Rhythm channel where you can learn, experience, and create. Today's video is going to be about letting go. We've all had our share of painful experiences and events that have shaped our lives. Some can be very traumatizing, which causes us to hold on to this pain. And we tend to carry this pain all day, every day, even if it weighs us down. We tend to carry this pain because we're too attached to it, or we're traumatized by it, or we feel a sense of guilt, or we hold on to these negative emotions such as anger or grudges that we associate with this pain from our past. Also, sometimes we can't overcome our fears or be mindful to deal with it. We tend to resist all of these negative emotions instead of releasing them and letting them go. There's always this inner fight within us that's thinking about these painful experiences and contemplating if there was something that you could have done because you feel guilty of how things turned out, or you feel like a victim to your circumstances and how your life turned out to be, or you hold on to negative emotions such as anger and grudges because others have wronged you and they never apologized for it, and they were too toxic and egotistical to even care about you in the first place. We resist these emotions and we always try to find answers to questions that don't matter anymore. They don't matter because what we experience has already happened and we can't change that. It's already in the past, but what we can do is learn from this pain, release these emotions, and move forward. However, releasing all of these emotions is no easy task because it requires a lot of practice, patience, effort, and time. The reason that we hold on to these emotions is because we feel as if we didn't get any closure, or we didn't feel validated for our pain, or we didn't feel loved, cared for, or accepted for who we are, or that we feel a victim to our circumstances. So we resist and we fight all of these negative emotions until they become this heavy, heavy, heavy baggage that we carry with us all the time. We always try to find answers to questions like, why did this happen to me? Why didn't this person acknowledge that they've hurt me and apologize for their behavior? Why did these people not love me, care for me, or accept me for who I am? The sad truth is that sometimes there are no answers to these questions, and these answers shouldn't matter, and you should not allow them to matter. And that's because it's a thing of the past. It's already happened, and you should not allow it to define your current present moment. It should not taint your progress or success, and you should not allow it to. You should accept the fact that sometimes certain things happen in life so that we can learn from them. We don't have to have closure for it. And if you really need a closure, you can come up with your own closure instead of relying on somebody else's closure. And that's because there will be no other satisfying closure as the one you give to yourself. Another thing that you should keep in mind is that you cannot control how others feel about you. You can only control how you feel. So if somebody does not love you, care for you, or accept you for who you are, then that's their issue, not yours. And it might hurt, especially if it's somebody that you care about, if it's family, close friends, or significant others. But you know what? That should not stop you. It should not hinder your progress or weigh you down. You should not allow it to. It should not taint your progress or success. And you can actually let go of these emotions and move forward. Also, you shouldn't feel the need to be validated by anyone else. The best validation should come from you, and only you, not anyone else, because that's the only validation that should matter. So now the question is, how do we let go of this emotional baggage? Number one, you need to figure out what's in your baggage. A lot of the times we don't even know what is it that we're holding on to. So you need to find out what is in that suitcase of yours. Go ahead, dig deep. You can take a few minutes out of your day and write down what is it that's weighing you down. It might take a few days, few weeks, or even months until you figure out your total emotional baggage. Go ahead, write it down and journal it. It could be fears, sense of guilt, feeling victimized, anger, grudges, whatever it is. Just identify it and write it down, and you can keep a journal for it.
For example, you can write this in your journal. I feel angry, very angry with this person. Could be a friend or a husband or your mother. I can't believe he or she did this. I've been nothing but caring and supportive. I just don't get that in return.
Number two, you need to find clarity. You need to ask yourself why you're holding on to this baggage and why you're so attached to it. Why do you feel all this negative tension instead of releasing it all?
You can follow the previous example by answering why you feel this way. You can write, I feel angry because I feel betrayed. I feel like I'm not loved as I should be. I feel like I'm not valued.
Number three, which is the hardest step, you need to work on releasing these emotions. Once you figure out what's in your baggage and why you're holding on to it, you can start working on releasing these negative emotions and this baggage. For example, if you're holding grudges and you feel angry towards other people, you can work on forgiving them. And you should forgive them not necessarily for them, but you can forgive them for yourself so that you don't have to carry this baggage anymore. And that shouldn't mean that you can forget, but you need to work on forgiving them and moving on.
You can work on forgiving them by taking your time with it. You don't have to rush it. Just try your best to empathize with them. We're all human and we all make mistakes. Then try to understand why you need to forgive them. It could be mainly because you don't want to carry this baggage anymore. You can also accept the fact that if they don't value you, then that's their issue, not yours. If they don't love you as you should be, then it's a lack on their part, especially if you were nice to them. Also, you can take responsibility and be honest with yourself. I'm sure you've made mistakes as well. Might not be as bad as theirs. Nobody's perfect. Then you need to let go and move on.
Another example would be if you've experienced a lot of pain in your life, you can work on taking responsibility and changing things around for you. You should feel like a winner instead of like a victim. And you can learn from this pain and move forward. Another example would be if you feel unloved, cared for, or accepted for who you are by others, you should come up to the understanding and accept the fact that you cannot control how other people feel about you. You can only control how you feel. Another example would be if you feel a lot of guilt, you should stop obsessing over that feeling and you should come up with your own closure and validation instead of waiting and relying on others' validation and closure. Number four, do not give power to your baggage. Think about it. The reason that you have a baggage in the first place and you allow it to weigh you down is because you give it so much power. You allow it to control the way you live your life, even though it happened in the past. Practicing mindfulness exercises will help bring you back to the present moment and take your power back. Number five, you need to put in the work if you're serious about letting go of this baggage. What you can do is specify time each day, like take a few minutes of your day to practice in releasing one item of your baggage until you're free of them all. Number six, look forward to the new opportunities and open doors that you will encounter in your life once you let go of this baggage, because there will be nothing to weigh you down. You'll be able to move forward and be welcoming to all the new positive enhanced changes that you will see in your life. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And share it with someone who might benefit from it today. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.